Alright, so do you want to learn how to do this? And then you're at the right address. In this video, in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to do those long, like switching, long, I don't know, chasing, sort of trailing type of shots. Shots where you have a one shot going for like 30 seconds or something, or 15 seconds, depends, and the camera is moving from left to right, it's chasing a car or doing whatever. It's pretty crazy stuff. I'm going to teach you that in this video. What's up, y'all? I'm deejayjeanp. I've been making videos for about September, 5 years now. I've been featured by Rockstar games. You know, on this channel there's over 230 videos, I think. On my Instagram I have a bunch more. I actually only recently started doing this because I always thought it was kind of cheesy and it never looked really good, but since I've been getting a lot of requests on how to do this, I thought I'd make this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to give this video a like if you thought it was helpful, and let's go. So I wanted to start off by showing you a few shots that I did doing this whole action, this long chasing shot. I think we should call it a long chasing shot. I don't really know how to call it otherwise, but this in the Rockstar editor. If you don't know how the Rockstar editor works, or if you're looking for something else, go check out the other tutorials we have on the channel. There's a few for taking, you know, pictures, for making videos, all that. Go check those out first. Anyways, I'll show you guys how I do it in the Rockstar editor first, and then I'll explain to you how I did it. I'll show you an old clip that really shows you what I'm talking about. So in this clip, you'll see a bunch of markers. Don't be scared. Also, I filmed this on the PC, but whatever I'm showing you, you can do on anything. So you can do it on Xbox, PlayStation 4, it doesn't matter. So this is how the first shot goes. It's just a bunch of markers. Switch. So that's one shot, right? That's one long shot. Now I'll show you another example of something I'm working on right now. So this is an upcoming showcase I'm working on right now. I've done a bunch of these shots. This is the main shot. Think. Alright, okay, now I'll show you how to do this. It's really, this might look very complicated, it really is not.
I'm gonna see if I can do it as fast as possible because my tutorials tend to be pretty long.
Alright, so here we have the first shot. If you have no clue what I'm doing right now, go check out the first tutorial I made on how to make pictures, because that has all the basics of the Rockstar editor in it. Start shooting from here. As always, you get your first shot in with the free camera. I'll just try and recreate what I showed you guys earlier. So you have this shot, that shot, and you always want the camera to be moving. Now, the first bit is pretty important. I'll just go here because you can kind of see where the car is gonna go. It's gonna go just to the right of the screen. Smooth on, blend easing off. Second one, smooth on. This is gonna make it annoying because everything you do after this marker here is not going to line up with what you're seeing. You need to remember that. So whatever you're seeing in this shot here is not going to represent what it's going to look like in the end when you match all the markers up together, when you link them up. anyways, that's something you'll understand what I mean later on. So what I always do is, because the camera basically does what you tell it to do. So if you tell it to go from one spot to another spot, it's going to do that. But because the car is moving and it keeps moving, you need to adjust the camera. So you put more markers in, because a new marker means a new camera shot. So, as you can see, it's moving with the car a little bit. Put this a little bit more. You always want to aim the camera sort of ahead of the car, because it needs to sync up the rest of the markers. It's always going to be behind a little bit. As you see, this marker, this shot is way ahead of the car, but when you play it together with the other ones, it actually falls behind, so it's too late. There's two ways you can solve this. You can either move this marker up, back a little bit, so it gets to that point of being in front of the car sooner, or you can just, I'll show you that first. So now it's, now it's kind of keeping up with the car. It's pretty good. I actually would also move this one forward a little bit. So this is what I meant. If you see the shot like this, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the car is not even in the middle of the shot. It doesn't make any sense. But when you link it together, when you play from the beginning, then it will make sense. There you go. Now it's a little bit better. Good. And now you gotta keep going. I'm gonna keep following the car. Like, even though I'm not even looking at the car, because these markers are going to be behind a little bit, it'll add up. Oh, not in that case. Maybe that was a little bit too much. And it's, oh, that's a little better. You also have to, when you play the whole clip back, make sure you play from the beginning, or at least like 2 or 3 markers before the marker you're changing, because otherwise it's not going to have that full motion and it'll look different from how it's actually shot. Move this forward a little bit. Also, I'm trying to do this pretty fast. Everything here, as you can see, because I turn blend easing on and smooth on the second marker, everything else, as you can see here, it all has the same thing. You're gonna keep doing that. Don't do linear, don't do blend easing off. It's just gonna look, it's going to make everything look choppy. You want everything to be smooth. Okay, let's have that be one shot. Now to close it off. Alright, so what I taught you guys in the second tutorial was to turn everything off. So you turn off blend mode, turn off blend easing for your last marker, for your last shot. Let's have this, so this whole thing is going to be one shot. And the last one, you need to turn everything off, because you need to close that sort of group of markers for that whole shot. Now, as you can see, it speeds up at the end. It's not that radical now, but it kind of does that boost thing. To stop that, or to have the next shot end well, I would actually, on the last one, keep blend mode on and blend easing on. Now it doesn't do that, so that's good. Now it doesn't do this sudden speeding up. I mean, if you're editing on a computer, it doesn't really matter, because you're probably going to cut the end out anyway, but just in case you're not, that's how to fix it. You turn on the last marker, you turn it on, and then you make a new marker. What this marker does doesn't matter. The only thing that this marker does is actually close it off. So on this one, you do actually turn everything off. And then for the next shot, and now for the next shot, you can safely turn on smooth blending, and it's not going to mess around with the next one. It's just going to start a new one, as you can see here. I'll show you another one real quick. So you basically, let's do first straight. you basically put your first marker down, let it play a little bit, and then move the second marker to where it needs to be. Let it play a little bit more. That one car moves to the right a little bit, or left, I guess. Over here. We go in here again. Smooth. For the first one, blend easing off. Second one, on. And as you can see, you have to be quick with it. I'll just slow it down a little bit. As you can see, the car is way too close. So what we'll do is we'll move this back a little bit. The thing is, you just need to play it back from the beginning a bunch and then adjust all the markers in between. Keep adjusting it, keep adjusting it. Even if this, what you're seeing here in the free camera, even if it doesn't make sense, doesn't matter. Just play it back and see if it makes sense in the whole shot when everything is together, because 9 out of 10 times it will make sense. I think this one is too close as well. There you go. Now that makes more sense. We play it back. If the camera starts moving that way, you know, it's because the camera is gonna go everywhere because the smooth is on this one. You just have to kind of fight your way through it. And if your car is doing a lot of stuff, that just means that you need to put down more markers in a small, like closer together. This car is not really doing that much, it's just racing around. So you basically go step by step, step by marker, and adjust all of them. Boom, there we go. Camera's constantly running into stuff. Also, you kind of want to make sure, I know I don't always do this, but you kind of want to make sure that the car is always in the middle of the shot, because you can kind of sometimes get away with, you know, having the car on the left of the screen moving to the right, because you can have the people like sort of move along with the car, but don't do it too much because it's gonna make people, it's gonna make them lose their focus. And that's where I would cut the shot, so it would be something like this. Cut. There we go. And then to close that one off, turn this one off, new shot. Let's do something simple. Cool. So what you end up with is this. That's basically it. You just have to keep playing with it, keep adjusting it, keep looking back, going back and forth. Delete this. Keep looking back and forth, you know, comparing stuff. And if you want to have the camera go around the car, you just move the camera next to the car, and then you go by steps. So the first shot will be behind the car, next shot will be sort of the side of the car, third shot will be kind of halfway the front / still side, and then the fourth one will be in front of the car. That way you have a good of the whole car. I hope that was I hope that makes any sense. I hope that was pretty clear for you. If it wasn't, let me know down in the comments. If you have questions, just let me know. I'll look at them, I'll answer all the comments. I'll try and help you guys out. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like if you actually learned something today, if you liked the video, and if you want to see more of these. And if there's something you want to know or something you've seen in our videos, you know, write it down in the comments. I'll know what to do for the next tutorial. And happy 4th of July, everyone. Everyone stay creative, be creative, go ahead, go work.